I'm going to, but I'm going to name, my name is Gail Feenstra, and I'm the Food and Society Coordinator at Ag Sustainability Institute. Once I hit the button, it's on an automatic time, so then we're set to go.
We want to see your notes, though. I mean,
No, this is it. No, we're okay. What I'd like to share with you this morning is the work that SAREP is just beginning on addressing the needs of farm workers, food system workers, and rural communities. It's taking seriously the social justice component of what we mean by sustainable agriculture and food systems. And the work is cross-cutting. It's shown here as part of Food and Society, but the goals also involve ag resources in the environment and our other initiatives. So why is this important? Farm workers and other food system workers and laborers are underrepresented in sustainable and agriculture food systems research and outreach. We don't yet have a clear summary of their priority issues or what research would be of most use to them. So SAREP prioritized food and farm labor issues several years ago in our competitive grants program, and 4 projects that directly benefited farm workers were funded. The first to Agriculture and Land-Based Training Association was given for a grant for community food access planning in East Salinas. ALBA expanded partnerships and dialogue around access to fresh food in farm worker communities. Another grant was to the California Institute for Rural Studies for an assessment of farm worker communities and residential sites for risk of heat stress. The project evaluated the ability of workers to cool and rehydrate after work. And then another grant to CRRS was whether taco trucks address food access for farm workers in rural food deserts. They ended up focusing on mobile food markets, and some of which offer healthy prepackaged foods. And then to the Applied Research Center and Líderes Campesinas, a project was funded on green jobs for campesinas, or women farm workers. They then crafted a participant-driven green jobs curriculum. SAREP has just finished a research and outreach agenda for agricultural workers in California. It is now posted on SAREP's website and details priority issues facing farm workers and describes outreach recommendations. We are just beginning a Department of Pesticide Regulation funded study to assess farm worker activity patterns in caneberries. We are piloting a model to gather data for DPR to use in recalculating pesticide exposures, for which data is sometimes 20 years old. We just found out this week that 2 growers have agreed to participate in our study, and we need 1 more before we can begin. SAREP is also involved in evaluating activities for another kind of food system labor, food service staff in public schools. We are assessing cooking classes using California specialty crops in all 5 school districts in Yolo County. In Davis, cooking classes have been a regular part of professional development for more than 5 years. And here instructor Georgianne Brennan introduces staff to fresh regional produce, and the class will try out a number of recipes that day. Fresh regional ingredients are used in entrees in addition to commodity products, which help keep costs reasonable for food service. They only have about $1 a meal to spend on food in school lunch programs. Staff have been enthusiastic supporters of these classes because they elevate their skills and they provide opportunities for sharing what works and what doesn't work in a collegial, respectful manner. Potential outcomes for food service workers include increased capacity to incorporate scratch cooking in school meals, pride in one's work, and ability for food service staff to serve as enthusiastic nutrition and food educators. Potential outcomes for farm workers. We've already heard from organizations how much they've appreciated contact from the University of California on our study, and our hope is that research and outreach will improve farm worker and living conditions. We also hope for improved communication and collaboration between researchers, community stakeholders, and farm workers themselves. And finally, we hope that for all food and agricultural labor, that all of this work will contribute to a workforce that is more visible, that's more valued and fairly compensated. Thank you.